Us as well, because I truly believe that the responses to the solicitations that we receive are only as good as the solicitations that we put out. So I value that feedback that I get from consultants and contractors regarding our procurements and our solicitation documents as well.
Okay. Now, for the city, do you guys have any targets as it pertains to the participation of small minority-owned companies?
Yes, we do. We have goals that are set forth by ordinance. Our small business economic development advocacy program is set by City Council, and each category of services or goods that the city purchases has a goal that is attached to that. For instance, for construction services, our goal is that 50% of any project contract would be provided by a small business, that 24% of the contract dollars would go to minority-owned businesses, 11% would go to a woman-owned business, and 1.5% would go to an African-American-owned business. And those firms can, be awarded points or meet our goals by being one or more of those things. So if it's a woman and minority-owned firm, obviously they get credit for both of those categories.
Okay, and that's always good to know as far as submitting the proposals. And then also, we talked about earlier the City of San Antonio PTAC program, where companies actually come in and may not be ready to bid on your project.
Right.
They can always go back through the PTAC to help them get them the needs, the opportunity, not the opportunity, the resources they need to get their company prepared to bid on your work.
Absolutely, PTAC is a very good resource in the Economic Development Department, and our staff is always willing to talk to potential contractors as well.
Okay. Now, is there a couple other things that you can add on as far as what a small business can do to be successful in obtaining the work with you guys?
I think the main thing is to review our solicitation documents carefully and to once again attend the pre-submission conferences. That's always very important, and it gives not only an opportunity to network but to ask questions. Ask questions frequently if you're not sure about how to respond to a portion of the city solicitation. Definitely ask, don't be shy in our pre-submission conferences, and also send us written questions as well, because ultimately we want the city wants the firms that we're doing business with to be successful, and we want to increase competition and not put any kind of limit on it. So we're always looking to outreach to firms that might want to do business with the city.
Okay, and that's always good to know. As you know, the City of San Antonio has their new business ordinance that'll be rolling out here next month. So there's a lot of new incentives and things that have been put in place to help increase the participation of small minority-owned companies and the contracting opportunities that the city will have.
Yes.
So that's always good to know. I know you just walked in the door. Again, I know you got a busy schedule, but the City of San Antonio is here. They do have a booth, so if you can, go by their booths. They have representatives there that'll provide you with their contact information, their contract information, everything that you need to know to get your foot in the door with the City of San Antonio.
Absolutely. I believe that I saw aviation here, and that our purchasing department, as well as our international and economic development department, that are all represented here. So please do stop by those booths and talk to the city staff.
Okay. Well, Denise, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we'll see you again next year and learn some more information about how well you progress, and hopefully you've met or exceeded the goals where you are right now with the bond program.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back to Money Talk. We're here with our next guest. He's new to the Money Talk show. I want to welcome Mr. Mike Kaiman. He's Vice President, General Manager with Turner Construction, Central Texas. Mike, welcome to Money Talk, and welcome to the 10th annual Small Minority, Bexar County University Health System Small Minority Veteran Business Enterprise Conference.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, is this your first time here at a conference?
No, this is my third.
Third one, okay.
Every year, growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, every year we've had the Money Talk. I don't know why we didn't have you on before. We'll work on that.
We didn't have any work.
We didn't have any work, okay.
Now we have the work.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you're here. We were talking earlier about, you were impressed about the number of people that was here in attendance, and I'm sure that's in line and why you're here. But in having said that, tell us a little bit more about Turner Construction.
All right. Well, Turner Construction came to this market about 5 years ago with Microsoft, and we built the South Texas Data Center. At the completion of that job, we really enjoyed working in the market, had an office in Dallas and an office in Houston, and said, let's plant some roots here in San Antonio. So we've been here with a full service office for about 2 years now.
Okay. And the type of work and projects that you guys work on?
Nationally, Turner's kind of known for the big job. Yankee Stadium was a big Turner project.
Okay.
Building large data centers. The Indianapolis Airport.
Beautiful airport.
Big project, complex projects. Here in San Antonio, we have 3 type of projects we go after. Number 1 is federal. Number 2 is small projects that will lead us to multiple projects with the client.
Okay.
And number 3, the big complex project that we can differentiate ourselves on.
Okay, and the projects that you go, obviously, New York, the Yankee Stadium, you talked about the Microsoft one that's here in town. I mean, they really stand out. They're really, really impressive, the work that you guys do. And having said that, and it goes into my next question, and what is it, your goal or objective in being here at the conference? I know you want to plant, some roots here in San Antonio, and a lot of work that's here, both whether it's private, but the majority of it's state work with some of the state and local contracting have goals tied into it. Right. So I imagine your presence being here is to look and connect with small minority-owned contractors here.
Well, I'm going to tell you something different that nobody's talked about today yet.
Okay.
Get you off the boredom ship here, and we'll get going. 42 years ago, Turner set up a community affairs division within the company, knowing that was important. And it was set up in Detroit.
Wow.
Where there was a major move to get small minority local businesses involved with projects.
Okay.
So we set up a community affairs department, and then we took that department and we moved it across the country to our 46 offices. So we've been doing this, getting out there and doing the Turner School of Construction Management and doing other things for 43 years now. And the benefit that we've seen is, as of last year, we did over $1.2 billion of work with small and minority businesses.
Wow.
Which puts us at the very top across the country. What it does for us here is it sets the bar very high for us.
True.
So walking into every project, Turner throughout the country has a 25% goal for every project, private, federal, public, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So we're doing the right thing on every project, not just because there's a goal.
True. And I imagine you guys have been very successful, obviously $1.2 billion, in meeting and exceeding those goals in the projects that you've done. And we definitely commend you for that.
Thank you.
And then doing that. What are some of the projects that you currently have here?
We have 3 projects I want to talk about. Number 1, we're very blessed to have the Bexar County Adult Detention Project.
Okay.
This is a 3-year, $32 million renovation of all the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, fire protection systems in the current adult detention center. So that's the first one. So we're looking for small businesses that are interested in doing pieces of those work. Number 2 is we are blessed to have the VA clinic in Austin.
Okay.
This is an $82 million project for us. Hasn't broken ground yet, still in the design phase. We'll likely get started in June.
Okay.
And the third, we were just awarded a project in shirts for Caterpillar. And again, Caterpillar is one of those national clients for Turner.
True.
Again, have goals aligned with small and minority businesses.
Okay.
So those are the 3 projects that we're really focused in on today.
No, that's awesome. Now, I know you guys have a booth here, and you know what booth you are?
144. Thank you, Paulette.
Paulette, thank you, Paulette. She's with Turner Construction as well. 414. Thank God it wasn't sign language, but we understood that and everything. Mike, we were talking earlier. I've had an opportunity to work with Turner kind of indirectly with your School of Business.
Yep.
You've given us the opportunity at Alamo College to come out and talk and present. Can you talk to the audience a little bit more about the Turner School of Business? And
Yep.
and it goes back to your commitment that you started, that
Yep.
you mentioned that the company started so long ago in working with small minority-owned companies.
Well, the very unique thing about our Turner School is that there's an agenda, and there's we've been doing it for so long that it's very easy for everyone to do. What we've seen is we've seen a lot of folks in the market begin to start doing a similar program. And what we're doing now through Paulette's leadership and Renee Watson's leadership is we've got a survey out to the community, and what we're trying to find is what's next.
Okay.
We realize that a lot of folks are doing the School of Business, they're doing education opportunities, but what we want to know is what small business wants from us next. what's out there 2 years from now. So we've got a survey out, and what we're trying to do is analyze what's next for everyone. So we're going to raise the bar again and see if we can do it better.
Okay. But you know, you mentioned a good point. A lot of people are trying to duplicate it, but it's still not what you guys provide.
Right.
And I applaud you for that. And you know, there's always new emerging issues for small businesses out there, particularly for subcontractors that's out there in the construction industry. And it's glad that, and I'm so happy that you guys are out there and trying to make a difference and trying to capture what those are and then apply it to your program. So it's always a good thing.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
Just, you know, one of the things that, if you go around to all the booths today and you begin to ask people, how do I do business with you? What's the easiest way for me to do business with you? It's a one-on-one relationship. It's not filling out a pre-qualification form. It's not making sure you're on our bid list. It's developing a relationship with somebody in the office, a real relationship.
Okay.
So that when opportunities do come up, that firm has the opportunity on every single project.